Welcome to the Victors Nation podcast, and I guess our company Christmas party, so to speak. I guess getting close to the holidays, but I'm your host Jason Robinson. As always, thanks for joining other owners of the Victors Nation. So lots to discuss tonight. Beat Ohio State. Let's just go back to that episode real quick. But beat Ohio State the last 4 years. Tennessee is going to win, and then they're going to throw your goalpost in the river. So we'll see what happens with that. But fingers crossed. Before we start tonight, this one's kind of tough for me, but this is going to be more important than anything we discuss here tonight. But I want to give a shout out to a Facebook member of ours, so Katie Fuller, for allowing me to do this. Her daughter Cora is fighting leukemia right now. She did post, I believe, a couple of weeks ago. So a few of you, a lot of members actually have seen that post, but I believe they're actually tuning in tonight. So hi, and going to share their GoFundMe and Caring Bridge links in our Facebook page. So anything you can do to help, donate, or any support through a message you can share with Cora would be awesome. So I'll have those links, those sites on our Facebook page tonight specifically and pinned on top of our page. So hashtag Cora Crew, keep fighting, girl, and we're with you, and go blue.
Absolutely. Nothing that any kid should ever have to go through. And nothing that
Never.
any ever have to go through.
Never.
No, we're gonna keep bringing her up too on her podcast and Facebook, and go look at some other ways that the Victors Nation can help with Cora and her family as well too. So
yep, absolutely. So a member of the
correct.
Victors Nation, member of the Victors Nation. So that's every positive thought, any
prayer
that can help out is something.
Absolutely.
So more to come. We'll stay on top of that, and we'll do everything we can to help out as much as we can. So now we'll keep reminding you of that, but let's talk a little bit about Michigan football. So the offseason / bowl season is here. We're still living in our season-saving win over Ohio State, but there's already been a handful of changes here. So we've got one new offensive coordinator. So Chip Lindsey. Yep. Let's take a little time. Let's talk about that. So we talked all season how we weren't getting what we needed out of our offense, and Michigan's offense was almost dead last in all of college football in every single passing category. I don't think we even had a passing play that exceeded 40 yards all season. So definitely not what we wanted to see. So as expected, Kirk Campbell was let go right away at the end of the season. Chip Lindsey is the replacement offensive coordinator. I'm not necessarily sure that he was on any of the lists that we talked about, or any of the lists that were really, really popular or really big out there. So let's hear, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Chip Lindsey as the offensive coordinator hire?
Yeah, me to go
Jason,
first.
Go and start with you.
Yeah. So I think it's still a really good hire. Bounced around a bit. So former head coach at Troy, offensive coordinator, I believe, at Arizona State, Southern Miss, Auburn, UCF. I don't know more. Specifically Bryce, for sure. They're confident, about him. So I guess let's see. He wasn't on my list. It would have been interesting to see Leftwich, Greasy, but are we going to be playing the can you coach college game again? I don't know. But mine was a long shot. I wanted Joe Sloan, LSU. So just the way he developed Jaden Daniels, the relationship with Bryce prior for him going to LSU, I don't think it was going to happen. He was just on top of my list, and that's who I wanted to see. But overall, I still think it was a good hire. other than that, I really don't have too much to say about it. I think we kind of got to watch and see, basically. So it's my opinion on it.
Yeah. Trey?
I think it was a home run. I think it was a home run hire. They got the okay from Bryce, and he's okay with it, so I'm okay with it. I think he's gonna bring a lot of dynamic downplay, uh, downfield plays to us that we haven't seen in a while. I think next year will be the first time we haven't. I thought in a long time. I'm sorry if I cut out there, but I think this is gonna be the first time we have a 1,000-yard receiver in a long time. That who it is yet to be named, but I think it's coming. So I think we're gonna take a big step up from what we was this year with quarterback play and just offense in general. So I don't know, just with him and Sharon cooking up some stuff, I think we should be okay. We just got to get the guys to fulfill his scheme, and I think we'll be right back on top pretty soon.
I agree.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, for sure. So it wasn't anyone. A lot of times the coaching candidates that we tend to lean into when it comes to a coaching search are the names that people put out there, right? Those are the ones that we get exposure to. We don't actually know anything that's going on behind the scenes in any sort of a coaching search, but we do know the names that people say, hey, this would be a good hire. This would be a good hire. And then we make the decision of, oh, well, this is my favorite candidate out of this list, right? So had he been talked about, he probably would have been a favorite on a lot of lists that people put out there. And so one of the things that I really like about this hire is he has a long tenure of coaching in college football. So he's been pretty all over the place as far as he was an OC and quarterbacks coach at Southern Miss 2014, 2015. Then he moved on to a bigger opportunity and became the OC and quarterback coach at Arizona State in 2016. And then he moved on to a bigger opportunity and became the OC at Auburn in 2017 and 2018. Then his offensive coordinator abilities earned him an opportunity to be a head coach. So then he became the head coach at Troy from 2019 through 2021. That's the only time he's been fired as a coach in college, based off of everything that I can find about him. After his stint as a head coach at Troy, he went back to being an offensive coordinator, went to Central Florida, which just so happened to be where Gus Malzahn, who was the head coach at Auburn when he was there, was coaching. And then after that, moved up to a bigger opportunity with North Carolina and spent the last 2 seasons at North Carolina, and now is moving up to a bigger opportunity with Michigan. So when I look at that, the fact that I see offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, and from that role, he had a lot of teams that he worked for, but it's because he was moving on to the bigger opportunity. He never got fired as an offensive coordinator. So that's something that makes me excited. Is there's a lot of experience as an offensive coordinator. There's a lot of experience as a quarterbacks coach. And then another thing that I want to throw in is if you look at some of the offense, a lot of the offenses that he ran ranked pretty high in college football when he was there. And that includes a lot of rushing yards on those offenses. So if you go and look at that, Drake May maybe
he was first in the ACC a lot.
Yeah, and Drake May might be the highlight, but I don't think I think he comes in and fits the identity that Sharon Moore wants to continue to have of smash football, run the football, and I think he brings to the table that he's going to be here and I think he's going to fit in. And I think that it's going to allow Sharon Moore to be more of a head coach and be more hands off with the offense, which I think is much needed.
No, I still would like Sharon to be a little hands-on the offense. Sharon is a good play caller.
He'll
So
have
I
I
think
like a collaboration for sure.
yeah,
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah,
I
He'll
would
for
love I
sure,
would
dude.
I mean not saying he can't, you know what I'm saying, my man can't handle it, but I'm just saying I like how Sharon do his thing with the play calling.
Yeah.
So I think it should be a
he'll
collab effort. You know
yep.
what I'm
Yeah,
He'll
we're
saying?
a
he'll
That's just
have
my
team.
opinion.
We're a team for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
He'll have his influence, no doubt. What he needs is what he needed to go out and get was somebody that could function all by themselves without him micromanaging it, and that's great. And that I can tie that to Jim Harbaugh. When Jim Harbaugh hit a different level, it's when he was able to bring in defensive coordinators that he could just let totally run their show on defense and he'll have his influence of identity over what they do. But besides that, let them go do their thing. That's what I think we didn't have offensively with Kirk Campbell as the OC. Now I
Exactly.
feel pretty
I
good
agree.
about this, and we'll have to wait and see. But I feel pretty good about it.
Now let me ask you this: do you think a
agree.
turnaround will be immediately, or do you think we'll need like a year or two?
So that depends.
Uh-huh.
It depends. One of the topics that we're going to get to here is what is this team actually going to end up looking like next year? Right. So we're early in the game right now of the transfer portal, but I think a lot of that depends on how we retool this team through the transfer portal, how guys develop in the offseason, what they do from a strength and conditioning standpoint. There's a lot that we don't know offensively going into next year, right? So our biggest offensive playmakers, Donovan Edwards, Khalil Mullins, Colston Loveland, they're gone. Tyler Morris in the transfer portal,
Oh,
right? So it offensive line Miles Hinton, the offensive lineman that
Drew
we basically hung
Gentry.
our head on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to the NFL. Dominic Judice in the transfer
He's
portal.
gone for
transfer
So
sure.
portal.
yeah, so it's um we're going to see a completely different looking offense, and it's hard to know what that looks like right now, even at the quarterback position. Who's going to be the starting quarterback next year? Is that going to be someone that we bring in the transfer portal? Is it going to be Bryce? We don't know that yet. So I think part of it depends. But also I don't know that our passing offense can be worse than it was this year. So I think from
It's
that
just
perspective, we're gonna see an upgrade, and I like what
not
we're
even
bringing
in
in.
multiple universes. Like it's just not. There's just no way.
Right,
You wouldn't
and
think. And we'll talk about some of the the Indiana transfer, the wide receivers. So I mean, we got some hype coming as well too. But that's a really good question, Dre. I think it really depends. I mean, we're going to hit the portal hard, obviously, and we already are doing that. And we're going to talk about our watch list as well too. But it's a good question. I think it depends on the players, the transfer portal, like the recruits coming in, who can step up right away. So it's going to be interesting for sure. It's a really good question.
To be
I'm
honest,
looking forward to being answered.
I don't think a lot of those for this freshman class will be starting next year.
I don't
That's
think
just
and
so
my
either,
I
but
opinion.
we might get a couple of surprises as well too. So we'll
right,
see.
and
Depends.
honestly, I hope not. Like if we have a lot of true freshmen starting, that's not a good sign. Because
I
there's
No.
mean,
such
hey,
a
I mean, if they come in and you know what I'm saying, do their thing, and you know what I'm saying, we can be good with them, cool, but and they're gonna be very inexperienced.
right.
It's definitely a horse
I,
apiece, but I mean, if we can get a solid transfer class in, and the new recruits can kind of like feed off of that experience a little bit. I mean, it's just it's really about the transfer portal to answer that question, but it's a really good question.
yeah,
There's a lot to think about with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Brett, I
So
agree
You
with
ain't
you.
lying.
Tennessee by 30, I think 50. And I think they're going to have like a 50-50 split of Tennessee fans in there because some of them got a code here and there for tickets. But
I'm I'm sorry. I'm
either
sorry to
way,
bust y'all bubble. And y'all know how much I hate Ohio State, but Ohio State about to
hmm
beat Tennessee, fellas.
I don't
I
know,
don't
man.
think so.
I think they're broken.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they broken with us, not the rest of the NCAA.
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
besides the cupcake
Yeah.
schedule is the next team that they
You
are
gotta
playing.
you gotta
Besides
think
Oregon
about it,
as well,
right?
too.
I mean, even though they said Ryan Day, you know what I'm saying, coming back next season no matter what, but
That's good for us.
hell yeah. I don't see them losing to Tennessee, bro. I'm sorry.
I don't think they're winning that game. They
Yeah,
don't even
We'll
tackle in
see.
practice track. It's just a joke.
We'll see.
I just, you know, and I'm blinded by looking at the negative side of everything I can with Ohio State, and I just
Not me. I speak truth and absolutes. Like it's they're not winning. So that field goal post is going right in the river. I'm telling you.
I just don't.
Hey,
I don't think Ryan Day can. I don't think Ryan Day can coach. I don't think can win games that he has to coach to win. Right. What I mean by that is
strategic.
we don't see.
Most of their
Man,
schedule.
I just
year,
don't. I just
including
don't see them
us.
going out like this. I just don't see it, bro. I swear, I just don't see them going out like this. But
it's their MO.
I mean, hey, who am I? To us, you got to think about it. To us, to everybody else, they more superior.
Missouri, Georgia, no, it's fine. I think we're good. Really not worried about Tennessee.
I hope so. That's all. Like I hope we get an exciting college football playoff. I'm jacked for it.
I don't even like the structure. Oh hell yeah!
That's about to.
The whole world's gonna be happy.
To be honest, this is a good ass like a bracket. How they got the games and the schedule. That's some good ass matchups. That Penn State SMU game gonna be good as fuck.
I don't like the structure of it. So Arizona State and Boise State is the top 4. Get out of here. It's just go back and just stay with the AP poll. Like I don't care if they win the conference championship. Penn State is a 6 seed. They almost have the easiest route to get to the Final Four, and your number 1 seed Oregon is almost going to have the toughest. So I disagree with how their structure is. This does not make any sense to me.
I get you on that standpoint, yeah, for sure. But the matchups that we about to see is great.
Yeah, I agree. And we get a chance to see like the Western Michigan of the world when they were undefeated with Flex. So, and we get to see Cincinnati. So they were in the Final Four that 1 year, a few years back. But, you know, like you get to see these other schools. I'm kind of glad Army's not in there. I was kind of excited about them if they went undefeated. Can we like put a service academy in there? But just watching the Navy game,
I wish they would have got in,
good,
man. I wish they
me
would have got in.
But they had to go undefeated. But just the Army Navy game was still pretty. I mean, that game's always good the last like 5-6 years. But
Brett, I'm sorry to tell you,
interesting bracket.
Notre Dame about to beat Indiana too. I'm sorry, Indiana season about to come to it.
Yeah, so, I gotta go with Preston Zenter on this one. So I'm taking Notre Dame over Indiana. Yep.
Yeah,
Preston
buddy.
And you know what? I'll be honest. I don't want to see any. I'm fine if Oregon goes and wins it all, but I lost a lot of respect for a lot of teams in the Big Ten last year with the way that they all got on a conference call and tried to bitch about Michigan.
They deserve it.
About
Purdue's
head coach. Ohio State,
bye.
Penn State, and
see you later, dude.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I thought that was sign stealing, man. Crazy.
Yeah. Ohio State, Penn State, Indiana. I want them all to lose. I want them all to get knocked out. Indiana
State shouldn't even have the structure they have in that bracket right now. And the only reason they made the Big Ten is because of Michigan. So they shouldn't even be in the conversation. I'm wearing my SMU. I don't even have an SMU T-shirt, but I'm just gonna find a blank white T-shirt and I'm just gonna write SMU on it, black permanent marker, and I'm gonna cheer for. I'm gonna have my own white up. I'm cheering for SMU all the way, dude.
Bro, I don't like no team but Alabama and Michigan, so I understand, but I'll speak facts. And Notre Dame about to whoop all the Indiana ass, bro.
Yeah, I'm just going with Preston Center. That's the only reason I'm cheering for Notre Dame.
We'll see.
I do not like Notre Dame at all, but we got family that play on there for sure.
Yep.
That ain't even the reason I'm picking Notre Dame for real. I'm picking Notre Dame. That's the hype. That's the other reason, but Indiana ain't ready for this. Like if Indiana pulled this upset, I'd be like, whoa, but I don't think they're ready for this.
Yeah.
No.
So I like the structure of the college. I like the structure of the playoff right now. I'm completely fine with giving teams that won their conference the higher seed. The one thing that I would like to see change is reseed after each round, like the NFL does in the
Yeah,
playoffs,
yeah,
where the
yeah. I want to
first
see
seed is
that
going to play
too.
the lowest
See,
remaining
like
seed.
I would still have an issue with it a little bit, with just with the top four, but like completely agree. If they reseed it, I'm all for it. 100%. That'd be great. That'd be so much better. And they'll make changes to it. Eventually, when we're in our 90s, I'll be at Walmart as like a door greeter, or handing out stickers. But we might see 64 teams in the college football playoffs. So
Right.
we'll see what happens, because they're going to add more to March Madness now too. They're still
Yeah,
talking about that.
They shouldn't do that.
Jeez.
They should not do that.
They
No,
shouldn't,
they
but
shouldn't.
you get teams complaining.
No, they
We should get
shouldn't.
snubbed, but it's like we could add 200, we could add 150 teams, and someone's still going to be mad about it. It does not matter. So
Yeah.
it's
That'd
enough
be
right now.
insane.
You guys playing games too. It's nuts already.
That would
yeah.
be insane.
So speaking of college football playoffs, we got a bowl game to prepare for, which absolutely, positively, 100% was a bowl game that was put together for TV ratings, because there's no way that that Michigan and Alabama should be matched up in a bowl game this year. But I like it. I'll take it. But what do you guys expect to see out of the bowl game? Who do you expect to see play, not play? Do you expect to win? Do you expect to compete? Do you even care if we win or compete? Are you more interested in guys competing for a job for next year?
This is all about this is all about development in next year, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no doubt I go into it hoping we win, no question, but I'm more looking to develop our players that's, you know what I'm saying, that's under or looking to do something next year. You know what I mean? The Jordan Marshalls, I can't say his other the other name, his last name is Capana. Is it?
Yeah.
Capana, I said it right?
I think it's around there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's going to be really good, though.
I'm sorry.
I know that. No, you're good.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I want to see the guys like that, the Blake Frazier's, you know what I'm saying? I want to let's get them out there. Yeah, I want to see them out there and see what, you know what I'm saying, what we actually got. Hey, if we can put them out there, put him out there. It's like I said, I want to see them all just to see what we got. You know what I'm saying? We might have some hidden gems nobody know nothing about. Because that's how they found Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm not saying he wasn't gonna be found, you know what I mean, or explode when he played, but he played because people opted out and he got his chance. The next thing you know, he became Marvin Harrison Jr.
So, yeah, it's not even momentum for the next season for a win. It's really about that momentum for each individual player and that growth and that experience.
Yeah, that growth. Yeah, that's 100%. What I want to see.
I'm with you. I'm 100% with you, Dre. Like, I want to. I work. I think. Damn it. I'll have the TV around, but I want to see it for the experience. I hope we win for sure, but it's more about the experience and how these players can gain momentum going into next year, and maybe who our next stars are. We could get a little surprise, even though it's only one game. It's still against a really good competitive team with some starters. Now, Milroe for Bama, he's probably going to play. So probably needs another game. Didn't really have a great outing in the second half. He'll play for sure, but he didn't have a good outing with the second half against Oklahoma. I'll tell you that. I watched that game. It just wasn't good. It was like 3 interceptions and I think a pick 6 too included. So he's going to play. And maybe it's a little bit of redemption, but it's football. That's sports. It's a competitive side of it as well too. But I want to make a note out there too. Anyone from Michigan, we already know who's kind of going pro blue. We already know who's going to the NFL. We're electing to go in the draft. for those guys like Edwards and some other players that we're going to find out more about too, so more announcements to come, those people that are not going to be playing, stop. They've done enough for this freaking program the last 2, 3, 4 years.
Man,
Stop. I'm really looking at
I don't
people on
even,
the
man.
Facebook page
I've
right
been
now. I
the
don't
responses.
want
I
to
be
hear it.
wanting to tell people it's crazy.
Yeah,
I be wanting to say stuff so bad, man. Like, man,
dude, with
shut up.
Donovan
Like,
Edwards, I
bro.
literally had to delete like 15 comments, and I was real close to deleting 15 people from our Facebook page. Some of you are going to be listening to this pod after. It's a fair warning that we've brought up quite a bit. We have players' families. Again, I don't know how more clear we have to say this in our Facebook page. Do not put a comment out there that's going to degrade a player, especially Donovan Edwards, who came in, kicked Ohio State's ass in Columbus a couple of years ago. But then also
Y'all
dominated. It was
wasn't
the
talking
main
that
reason
shit then.
why we won the national championship with 2 straight runs, breakaway runs to the end zone. Why are you coming down on Edwards fans? Grow up. He's done more than you will in 5 lifetimes. Just stop. He's done enough. He can sit out 100% if he wants to. Respect the guy. He's done enough for Michigan. Stop. So we're going to continue to monitor that page. I deleted a lot of comments about him, and there's going to be more players announcing. And I don't blame any player, because the players that announce that they're not going to sit in the bowl game, because you're not playing for a natty anymore. The game has changed. No one gives a crap about bowl games anymore. Okay, just stop. Girl, get with the times. If these guys want to stay out that have played with Michigan for 2 to 3 to 4 years, maybe 1 year as a transfer, and they did right by the program and they got us a national championship and they're working their asses off, I don't blame those players at all. Go for it. I'm more than happy for you to sit out. Good luck with the rest of your future, and we're always going to support you in the NFL. We're going to support your families, and especially the Donald situation. Like 15 comments. Like, stop. He's done enough. Go back and watch the highlights. He's done enough. He literally won us the national championship last year, starting us off 14-0. Stop. You're going to get booted from the page. This is the last warning, basically. Nothing against the players anymore.
So now we just no more banning, deleting comments. We will be deleting you.
Yeah, you're out. Basically. And I didn't even know we were having this conversation. So I know we were going to talk about who's going to settle in the bowl game, but it's like, this is getting ridiculous. Like, these guys have done enough. They got us a national championship. They don't need to be playing in a bowl game. We can talk about Jake Butt. Do you want to talk about Jake Butt right now?
I was just about to say that. Yep.
We can talk about that right now. We can talk about other players as well, too. If these guys that have laid their life on the line, not literally, but like, what is a natty?
Literally.
Yes,
no, that's
but
literally.
if they don't want to play in a bowl game and they want to give it someone else experience because they want to get NFL ready or they want to get ready for the next year or whatever, let them. It don't matter. We're not playing for a national championship. We're not going after the main prizes here. Those guys got us the national championship. So respect them. No more negative comments in our page or you're out. And especially against Donovan Edwards, it ain't happening. Not on my watch. And I'm on that page all the time. So I'm going to keep watching.
So here's the thing is that bowl games used to mean something for a while. You used to play college football to get an invitation.
Certain bowl games. Certain bowl. It's always, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's been certain bowl games. Every bowl game didn't mean nothing, but certain bowl game.
And
now it's always been like this. It's just more players sitting out now. You know what I mean?
Right. And now what does it mean? Right. So what it means to me is if you're moving on, the next 3 weeks of practice is going back to training camp for the guys that are going to be coming back next year. There is absolutely zero to gain for any of the guys that are going to be heading to the NFL draft to go play in a bowl game. They are not going to improve their draft stock. Their draft stock is already
Senior
set.
Bowl, like Edwards, Senior Bowl, like they can do it there. They don't need to. It's just so hard for fans to compute. Well, if they're playing the Senior Bowl, why can't they play in a bowl game? Because it's so different.
Because they're going to go practice for a week with NFL coaching staffs.
I was about to say a Senior Bowl is further in their career.
Yes.
You know what I'm
no
saying?
one cares about bowl games
bringing this
anymore. They
bowl
can literally
game
cut them
might
out.
get them injured. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's absolutely nothing to gain. And as a fan, I'll be honest, I don't want those guys to play. I want to see the guys I don't want them taking up space. I don't want them taking up reps, right? And I don't care if it means that we win that, what's it called? The ReliaQuest Bowl. Is that the name of the bowl that we're playing in this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Florida, yeah.
I don't care if we win or lose the ReliaQuest Bowl. I am not
I
going to remember in 10 years. I am not going to remember in 10 years what happens. I might remember if they did or didn't beat Alabama the year after they won a national championship to beat them back to back.
It was more important last year than it is this year. So, yeah, a lot more on the line, I think, last year than it was this year. Weird.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Instead, I would rather, as a fan, all of the reps in practice go to the guys that are competing for a starting spot next year. I would rather all of the reps in the game to go to the guys that are going to be needing those reps, needing to get film. I don't even
want the guys coming back next year to like Barham. I don't even want him to play. Like maybe a couple reps, maybe a quarter, but I don't even want him to play the full game.
I mean,
it depends if he's playing edge.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah.
So if you can get him some reps, and let's do it. But I don't even want him to play the full game.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I would love to do it. Love to see it. Love to see
that'd be nice. Him and Derek Moore on the edge is gonna be nasty next year. That's gonna be nasty.
And then TJ Guy.
Yeah, my man.
It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird watching. It's always weird watching games when you're not emotionally invested in them, and like I don't know that's
basically it's like a scouting game, really.
It's a preseason game, basically. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, Milroe playing, and then I honestly don't even do the research on how many Bama guys are. I saw the transfer portal, so I want to talk about that in a little bit here because I'm looking at one of their running backs and their defensive tackle that played at the same high school as Bryce Underwood as well to come to Michigan. They're on my commit watch right now, hoping we get them, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Well, let's transition over to that. I think we're all on the same page that really of course we want Michigan to win, go the bowl game, but ultimately we're looking to try and see who's the next man up, and see what they look like. And who cares about the guys that aren't going to play? Go get your bag in the NFL. Go focus on heal your body up. Football is a very, very physically demanding season. Now these guys got to go and prep for the NFL Combine. They got to go and prep and be ready for Senior Bowl week for those that are going to the Senior Bowl. Go get right. Go get healthy. Go work on your strength. Go work on your conditioning. The biggest job interview of their lives is coming up in the next couple months. And
hey, did Kenneth?
Not yet. But I can't imagine that he's going to be back. He's going to be a first round draft pick.
So quick, dude. Yeah, he's got to go.
Yeah, for sure. But you never know. He might come back. You never know what he's thinking.
You never know.
I'm still waiting for that rushing touchdown, dude. And I'm still okay.
He might come back and see a first. I know we don't have a lot of time here, pick next year.
Like Kenneth Grant, I'm still stand by this. Kenneth Grant picking up that ball and running it in that USC game. 100%. I'm never gonna drop it. I'm 100%. I want to watch it like 100 more times. Keep going, bro. That was it. You should have trucked that running back. Sucks.
I think that was the only play in Michigan, his Michigan career that ever pissed me off with Kenneth Grant.
Trey and I are always going to have like a debate about that, but I'm still going to stand my ground with it. It was the right move. Keep going, bro.
Man, no, it was not, man. Seeing the end result.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Cover that goddamn ball up. Nope, he didn't. The damn running back ripped it out of his hand like it was a piece of paper. I was so
it was butter, dude. The running back didn't even grab a knife. He just went in full hands, butter.
Oh, my God. I was so mad. But it's all good.
But it was
That's
great.
my man.
All right. Well, transfer portal. kind of a slow start to the transfer portal for who we're bringing in right now. And a lot of guys, as expected, transferring out, which that's probably, we might look at it as Michigan fans. And so I'm talking to the people listening to this podcast or that comment and make our Facebook group what it is. But it's easy to look at it and say, why is it so slow? Why are we losing more guys than we're picking off? I thought we were going to go and just blow up the transfer portal. Remember that Sharon Moore is still he's still off of the Jim Harbaugh tree. He's still going to focus more on bringing in the right guys than he is just trying to bring in a guy because he's supposed to be talented. Yeah. So be patient, and it's going to be, it's probably common. I guess I haven't looked at it team by team. But remember all of the excess years of eligibility that we have right now coming off of the COVID year. All of the 5th, 6th, and 7th year seniors that still have a year of eligibility left. There's a lot of inflated rosters for 85 scholarship positions. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be, it's really common that you're going to see a lot of 4th, 5th, 6th year guys hitting the transfer portal because teams are reloading with scholarship guys behind them. And you might have some guys that just, they have one last chance to go throw up some stats to try and get to the NFL, and they feel like the opportunity might be better elsewhere to try and go and do that. So we're going to see more guys leave, and that's probably true across a lot of college football than what we bring in, and we're going to be selective with what we bring in. But Jason, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on some of the guys that we've signed in the transfer portal, some of the targets that we have on the radar? What do you expect to see as we continue to move forward?
So still kind of want a veteran QB. So we're not going to get Moss probably. Maryland QB, thought he was coming here, but he's going.
Hold on. Tell my pause. Why we not getting Moss?
I don't think we're getting him.
Huh?
I don't know if he's signed there. I just don't think we're getting him. I don't think the crystal ball is showing him coming to Michigan anymore.
Okay.
So I don't know. Derek's looking that up too, but Billy Edwards Jr. from Maryland, that looked like it might happen, but he's going to Wisconsin, so he'll be competing with 4-star Carter Smith. I'm excited about McCauley, wide receiver from Indiana. We need height. For receivers, I'm not, as a fan, I'm not happy that Tyler Morris is going. I don't know. I'm kind of bummed out about that. I wish he was staying. Frederick Moore, Samaj Morgan, definitely love those guys too. But I'm looking for receivers for Bryce Underwood or whoever's going to play. But as far as a Nico Collins, and I'm going to mention him, Tariq Black. I want a little height, especially Nico Collins. I want a little height. I want a little muscle. I want a receiver that can go up and get it. And not saying those guys can't. I'm still kind of bummed out about Tyler Morris. I really wish he would have stayed because I think he would have done great things. Just that Rose Bowl catch, him just riding the sideline and then hitting the pylon. I mean, that was amazing. I'm never going to forget that. But I'm looking for Nico Collins type of receiver, and I think we got one from Indiana. So McCauley is the one I'm most excited about. Now we also got the two cousins of DJ Metcalf that was just recently announced. So defensive backs.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Jason.
Go ahead.
But I have to make my exit right now. I love y'all.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Happy holidays to all of the nation. Happy New Year's. If I don't talk to y'all, Jason, D, I love y'all. Tell y'all families I love y'all. Happy New Year's. Merry Christmas. I'm pretty sure I'll talk to y'all too before all of that. But to all the nation, I love y'all. Happy holidays. I gotta leave. I'm out. Love y'all.
We'll give your signature sign off. Thanks, Dre.
Love you, Dream. Thanks, man.
But respect one another, love one another, and always go blue.
Go blue. See you, dude. All right, I'll just keep going. So, we try to keep these pods under an hour now, and it just like doesn't happen anymore, basically. But no, I'm really excited about McCulley. Definitely got some height there, and then Metcalf, so DJ Metcalf's cousins as well too. So TJ and Tevis, I think his first name is. I can't remember. So they're committed from Arkansas defensive backs. So we got some solid DB, solid corners right there. And then I'm really excited about Brady Norton, dude.
Yeah.
From Cal Poly. That was a big one. So going out of high school, got offers from, those types of schools. But like now you're getting them from Arkansas, Michigan, Ohio State, and some other schools as well too, and he chooses Michigan. So that's a big pickup for us too, because it starts with the offensive line. You're building your team, it starts with your O line, and he's going to be a big pickup for sure. So a very crucial piece. We need to hit it harder though. I know we are, but man, instead of a slow start, I mean, I really want to see some offensive linemen come in. I'd like to see some other receivers. We might get those names. I just don't know yet. But I'm hoping for. Let me know how you feel about this one, Derek. I'm going to mention some two guys from Bama, but the receiver from USC, Zachariah Branch, originally a top 5 recruit, extremely fast. Played against him in that big house. Like I feel like he would be a big pickup for Michigan as well too. I don't know if that name came across your radar at all, that maybe that you want to see as a commitment watch, but I'd like to see him come to Michigan.
I haven't. I guess I haven't seen much on him. I saw that one of the ones that I was excited about is the tight end from Purdue, Max Clare. He was a pretty studly tight end at Purdue. I think that with Loveland leaving, being able to bring in a pass catching tight end, his stats were actually a little bit better, I think, than Loveland's this year. Now, Loveland was kind of handicapped by the offensive passing game in general and missing a handful of games because of injury. But but that would be one that I would be looking forward to trying to see. The Alabama guys that you're going to talk about. So the defensive tackle, Damon Payne, and running back Justice Haynes. I think they're both potentially on the radar. There's a cornerback from Utah that I think is visiting Michigan or was scheduled to visit Michigan. Cam Calhoun, that I think would be a good fit. So there are some guys out there. I'll be interested to see what we end up targeting with the quarterback position. I saw that the quarterback from Toledo is on the radar now, and I think was like the MAC Player of the Year.
I thought there was someone else that was coming this weekend. I think it was Payne. Yeah, I think it was Justice. I think he is coming this weekend, I think he's coming to Ann Arbor this weekend. But Haynes, Justice Haynes from running back from Bama, transfer portal. He's coming to Michigan this weekend. But Damian Payne, defensive tackle from Bama, played at the same high school as Bryce Underwood and EDOT. So I'm going to be kind of curious to see if we can snag him as well too. But I would like Zachariah Branch from USC. So I think we need another receiver yet. We also need more offensive linemen. I mean, we need a lot of pieces right now. I mean, we can talk about departures as well too, but
and there's another offensive lineman from Northwestern, I think, that is to potentially land at Michigan. I can't think of his name right now, but
Joseph.
I can probably pull it up here. Let me use the internet for what it's good for. Josh Thompson. So another Northwestern offensive lineman. So I mean, there are names out there. Just because we didn't make a massive splash within the last 2 weeks, I think that we're playing still. Let's be a little bit selective. Be aggressive, but be selective on who we're aggressive towards.
what culture? Who's a culture fit? And that's my number one priority right now. It's about the talent, but what talent can we transition into, and is it going to fit with our culture? Is what I'm looking for. So there's still some definite names out there. And you got to admit, I mean, we're playing the NIL game, and maybe that's why it's taking a little bit, is because they got visits to do as well too. At least we're early in the game for crappy circumstances because we're not playing for a national championship, but we're early in the game right now, and we're working towards it. So really want to see some big names for the offensive line too. That is probably my biggest concern, and I want another tall wide receiver. I want another Nico Collins is what I'm looking for. So.
Yeah, and we'll have to wait and see. Marion Walker could potentially turn in. He's got the height. He's
Kendrick
been
Bell
pretty raw
too,
in and out.
Probably gained some weight, but he's got the talent. I mean, he showed it in a few plays this year too, so he can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm guessing it's still going to be a pretty active offseason. I'm guessing that there's probably going to be some a flood of transfers that are still coming in. Just give it a little bit. Be patient with it. It's still early in the game here. It's like when we overreact as a fan base in June about the recruits that are committed to us when we're ranked 35th in the recruit rankings, and then when it comes to December when they all sign, we're in the top 10, right? So just RELAX.
Early in the game, people. Crappy circumstances, but we're already at it. So we already got some big names coming to us. And Derek, I think there's going to be some names that were going to be unexpected. I don't have any of those names. I'm just saying broadly, I think we're going to be surprised on a few things, and just the guys that are coming back as well too. I'm really excited about Klein as well, tight end position. So, are we going to get the Purdue tight end? Are we going to see that Colson Loveland, AJ Barner connection possibly? That'd be really, really awesome. So we'll see. But I think we got some big names coming yet, and we don't really have a choice. I mean, fans thought we lost a lot of players last year, which we did. We lost more, but we're losing a lot of top talented guys for next year. So, we got Page, but is Rod Moore coming back? Grant hasn't announced yet, but he's probably going to go. We got Derek Moore, TJ Guy. We got a few big names coming back next year as well too. So I'm going to be kind of interested to see also. And Barnum moving to edge, like we already mentioned, our kicker. So Dominic's coming back. The Ohio State killer's coming back. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see. But also Miles Hinton, Mason Graham, Colson Loveland, Will Johnson, assuming Donovan Edwards, assuming Grant, Mullins, obviously, waiting on a couple other players to announce, but we're going to keep posting your guys' announcements. But, thank you for everything that you've done, and especially this year for, the last couple of years as well, too. So we appreciate that a lot, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a fun ride. I mean the three best years of Michigan football, the three best consecutive years of Michigan football that we got to witness. And so who knows how long it's going to be before we get to experience something like that again. All right. And that's not a knock on.
We won't be waiting long next year.
I hope so. For sure.
That'd be awesome.
So more to come. We'll follow a lot of what's going on with Michigan football, but Michigan football is not the only Michigan sport. So Michigan basketball dropped their second game of the season that they lost by 2 points. Still a lot of basketball ahead of them. Their offense. Here's what to get used to with Michigan basketball. It's going to be a season of runs. They're going to go on runs and get big leads, and they're going to give up runs and give up big leads or fall behind. That's just the way that they play. They play fast. They play a little bit out of control at times, but they can put up points in a hurry. And because they play fast and a little out of control, they can also lose the possession battle. They can have a lot of turnovers before they actually got a possession, and that can lead to balancing out the scoreboard. So get used to a lot of games of runs with Michigan basketball, but I'm still excited about this team. My expectations were really low coming into the season. And now, unfortunately, they're really high, or fortunately, they're really high. So when they lose by 2 points, I get a little ticked off, but it is what it is.
2 games, I mean, 2 losses, and that's what we lost by, was 2 points. Man, Arkansas as well, too. I got to mention, like, I'm going to get into basketball real quick, so I'm guessing that's a segue for me, Derek, but Cole Cabana, man, too. Man, I really wish we got to see him play. I'm really bummed about it. I know we got other guys to mention, so our punters, so Tommy, good luck to where you're going, or good luck in Florida. You're going to the Gators. But Cole Cabana, man, damn. I really wish we would have got to see him play, but good luck in Minnesota, dude. We'll be rooting for you when we're not playing them. So Michigan basketball, 8-2, losses to Wake and Arkansas. Like I said, both games by 2 points. Arkansas, it's a tough one. It's a tough game. So we had the lead again. Turnovers in the second half, man, killed us. So love the fight though. So Derek, you mentioned it. You still love this team. So love the fight, love the energy. Think we're going to see this team play in March, and not talking about the NIT, but Derek too in the second half. Later in the second half, we had that 12-0 run. That's why I'm mentioning why I love the fight. I love the not giving up. So the 12-0 run in the second half against Arkansas, had 3 possessions after that 12-0 run to do something, and then nada. But I think, Derek, for me in that game, and I'm not seeing it consistently in every other game, right? But just in the Arkansas game, my thing was timeout usage. Love Dusty May. He's completely changed this team in his first year. Top 10 transfer portal class. But we're going to talk about the timeout when we cross that half-court line.
At the end of the game?
14 some seconds left. And, okay, I mean, I don't know if the momentum is still there or what, but we don't call a timeout at the half-court, after the half-court line, to run and draw up a high-quality play. I don't know. But we call it timeout, ran around a little bit. We call it timeout with 3.7 seconds left exactly. Okay, so there goes the quality play. And with under 5 seconds, we're probably looking at what, Derek, a contested shot. I don't know. I'm still kind of like, I don't know why I keep thinking about it. I'm still kind of like wrapping my head around that decision, but I don't know. But these 2 losses I think are still pretty high quality. We lost by 2 points again, but hell of a comeback against Arkansas in the second half. Turnovers, though, man. We just can't play a full game, but we have to retain these leads. Saw back-to-back games, right? So Iowa. So Derek, yeah, we're going to see some runs for sure, but Iowa 20-4. Come on. That game was close down to the end. So either way, love what we're doing. Love what we're about this year with Dusty May. This team looks good. Lost to a 7-2 Arkansas team, and we dropped from 12 to 24 in the AP polls.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to work on defensive rebounding, and the turnovers are not good. So maybe that has something to do with it. We blew 2 leads, one against Iowa, but Arkansas, dude, like we had that game. And we can't talk Michigan basketball without probably not mentioning a few missed free throws here and there. It's been worse, but even with Beeline's teams as well too, it's just kind of tough to buy a free throw here and there. But against Arkansas, it wasn't horrible, but it's the rebounding. It's specifically the defensive rebounding. It's the free throws, but it is 100% the turnovers. This team is moving at a very fast pace. So learning each other's gameplay as well too, and then experiencing that within real life games. So within 10 games, I did not think we were going to be 8-2, but thoroughly impressed.
Same.
Thoroughly impressed, fast pace. Love it.
Same. And I agree. The timeout, right there was like 14 seconds left or something along that. Over 10 for sure when we crossed half court. Plenty enough time to drop a play to get a look and have a chance for a rebound or have a chance to draw a foul.
Yeah.
When you wait and you basically you need to run a play that's going to get a look and there's no second chance opportunity. And it actually was a decently designed play, I thought. And it was a good defensive play by Arkansas.
Technically almost a turnover too, but
It was, but that's
Yeah.
because Arkansas made a good play. If Arkansas's defender doesn't get his hands on that ball, it's probably a catch and a layup.
Yeah.
But he got his hands on the ball, and we still got it and shot a fadeaway. But that's a
Golden
tough
had
shot.
a little hook right by the rim that was going in. I got to give props to Golden. I mean, yes, there's more to work on his game, a little more aggressive, but he's looked good. He's looked good the last few weeks for sure. But that was going in, hell of a play, like Arkansas, like Derek was saying. But then Pay, he had the shot at like what, or turnaround jumper on the free throw line.
Yeah, at the buzzer.
Damn, it was right there. It was so close, but it's like
close,
we had the opportunity when we came back to potentially close the game or take the lead, and we just couldn't do it. But I love the fight. I love the transition up and down the court. I love the fast pace. It's night and day from what we had last year, the last couple of years.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
Very good. Love this team.
For sure. Michigan hockey too. A little bit of a rough stretch for Michigan hockey. A couple of goose eggs that they put up.
Turn the Minnesota game off. The first one of the series, I had to turn it off. But go ahead.
Oh, same. I had company over and had the game on and just on in the background, and I was like, "Holy shit! Another goal! Like what? What was going on? It was bad hockey. They played a handful of periods of bad hockey in a row over the course of multiple games.
3 straight games, 2 versus Minnesota on the road, and then 1 versus Wisconsin, first game of the series last weekend with 0 goals.
Yeah.
Back-to-back games, 0 goals. And then we beat Wisconsin 3-2 in overtime. So we're back on the board. But now we're hitting that holiday break right now with college hockey, basically. So we got Ohio State this weekend. Got the Suckeyes this weekend on the clock. Tune in. January 3rd. We play Ohio State at Wrigley Field. College hockey. Michigan versus Ohio State at Wrigley Field. So excited to watch that one. And then 2 days after on a Sunday, January 5th, we got them back in A2. So hopefully we can come up with a sweep because we need it. This team's youngish, but seeing a 4 straight Frozen Four would be really nice for this program.
Yes.
Hopefully we can get past that first round hump. But, think about it. As Michigan fans, we've been pretty lucky with Michigan basketball, Michigan hockey, and football, obviously. So it's been the last few years have been pretty good. Hockey, 3 straight Frozen Fours, couldn't get past the first round, so that one kind of blows with all that NHL talent that we had. But even women's basketball, so they're playing right now on ESPN2 on the Jumpman Invitational. So any team that's running the Jumpman on their uniforms is invited. But 9-1 record right now. They play Oklahoma, and men's play on ESPN2 tomorrow night against Oklahoma. So in Charlotte. So really good women's basketball team as well too. They're killing it, looking solid. So for both programs, men and women's.
Absolutely. So hopefully football's back on track next year. Hopefully Michigan basketball keeps it up.
Yeah, women's basketball, Michigan hockey find a groove as well too.
So this is going to be the last podcast of the year as of right now, unless something major happens that comes up where we decide to do an emergency podcast with the holidays coming here the next 2 weeks and with families with little kids. That means that there's not going to be very much time. But nope. Stick around, stay tuned. As we get into next year, we'll definitely have a lot of content around Michigan basketball, men's and women's, a lot of content around Michigan hockey, a lot of content around the off season for football, recapping what we see in the bowl game. Probably pull out another NIL podcast to get an update on where Michigan is from an NIL perspective and what changed, because I feel like there was suddenly just a big boom of
season,
the NIL game.
Boom. Yep.
So
Absolutely.
there's going to be some content there. So we'll be active on the social media pages, but be sure to tune in. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. If you've
It's
got
free.
friends
Yeah.
or family members that are Michigan fans, invite them to join the group. Tell them to subscribe to the podcast. And stay tuned. We talked early on. Jason was talking about Cora. You can see in his signature there, he's got Cora's crew and Go Blue Cora. We're going to be actively involved. We're going to be doing what we can.
Yeah.
So more to come there, and we'll be sharing some stuff on the Facebook page for where you can help out too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Go Blue.
Awesome.
We'll see you in January, and like everything that Derek kind of said too. And then make sure you tune in to Michigan versus Ohio State hockey at Wrigley Field on Big Ten Network on January 3rd. So it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big series that weekend as well. So Go Blue, go Cora. Stay tuned and have a lot more content coming into the new year. So love
Go
you guys.
Blue,
Thank you for
and
supporting us.
thanks for the support. Go Blue. Happy holidays, everyone.
So, happy holidays.